Hello, I'm going to take you through a demo of the MedIQ software. MedIQ is a cloud-based image viewing and reporting system that allows users to view their images and report on them from anywhere on any device that has a web browser enabled. So it could be an iPad, other tablet device, laptop, PC, even a phone. It's on the cloud, so you log in with a username and password. And when you do that, you're presented with a list of studies in reverse chronological order along with their status. We have custom statuses on a per provider basis that we can work with the providers to enable. Right now, this account only has signed and pending. On the left-hand side, there's a search bar where you can dig into specific patients. We support up to 7 to 10 years of archival data, so this search capability will get pretty important as you gain more data into the MedIQ system. You can search by various patient information such as the medical record number, first and last name, date of birth. You can sort by the study date, from or to, the modality. We support having multiple locations with multiple users permissioned how you see fit at each location. So this particular account has 2 locations. And you can search by study type and description. As you can see here, we support a variety of different study modalities and different study types. We have a lot of templates available for cardiovascular, veins, primarily. We're building out other modality report templates. We can work with any customer to generate those report templates if need be. It's very easy to customize the MedIQ system. As you can see here, we have a number of ultrasound, and X-ray, and C-arm data. I'm going to dig into one of these reports. So if I click on the patient name, it brings up a list of the patient information along with all the studies in reverse chronological order. The primary use case for this page would be to go to the finding screen, and what that lets you do is view the patient's study images and report on them as well. On the left-hand side, we have the image viewer panel. This is customizable according to the user's needs. You can use the arrow keys to browse left and right to view the different images. You can click on these buttons up here to change the number of images you're viewing at any given time, and you can scroll through these as well. If these were cines, they'll play. I'll show some of those later. You can also change these depending on how you like. On the right-hand side is where the bulk of the work gets done. This is where we build up the report. And there's 4 different modes of this right-hand panel. The first mode would be to pick all the verbiage and findings that you would have on the report. So this is a veins report. So I'm going to go to a veins report template. And there's a drop-down box that has a number of groups of findings. And this mimics the way that the sonographer or the physician would actually do the reading in the order that they would want to use to populate the report. So for example, they'd want to click on their impressions, and there's checkboxes here that they can use to fill in pre-populated templated verbiage onto the report to minimize the amount of typing they would have to do. As you can see, you can add custom findings or impressions in this case if you need to use something that isn't in this pre-populated list. Additionally, you can customize anything on this list by clicking on the text itself and then typing that in. And so you would go down the list to pick the different procedures, findings, what have you, that will show up on the report. I'm just going to pick a few things kind of at random here. And as you're doing this, you can, again, with the left and right arrows, scroll through the images to support reading the report. Once, as part of this process, this panel has other modes, such as measurement mode, which lets you draw measurements from a pre-populated list on the actual study itself, and show this measurement value on the report itself. So this would be done on a post-study basis. The other measurements tab shows you all the measurements that came over as part of the study. We fully support the DICOM structured reporting format, and additionally, we support customers' custom measurements. So as part of the setup process, we request the customers send over all the custom measurements they have, and we work with them to get them imported into MedIQ and able to be shown on a report. And this saves customers a lot of time and mistakes having to type in 50 measurement values. And then the last panel here is the diagrams panel. So if users want to have diagrams that they want to draw on that show up on the reports, they can choose from a pre-selected drop-down list that they help us populate. Here we have a left leg diagram. Here we have a right leg diagram. Going to left leg diagram, the users can draw with a pen, they can change the width, they can change the color. So for example, drawing veins and the status of the veins or arteries. They can add text and then move it around as they see fit. Additionally, if there's templates that work with these diagrams and measurements that we develop with the customers, you click on the load measurements button and it will load the measurements into the pre-selected area on the report. This again saves a lot of typing and mistakes. I'll save that. All right, so now that we've populated the report, I'm going to go to view the report. MedIQ comes populated with a lot of different report templates. We work with customers to develop the report templates to match the look and feel of what they currently have, or they can use the ones we have if they like those better than what they have. So you can see all of the language that was selected on the previous screen shows up on the report. This type of vein report has a lot of different measurements that need to be showed in a structured way, so you can see that those were automatically populated into the tables. And each of the findings on those veins that I selected in the previous screen show up next to their location on the table as well. The diagrams show up in the appropriate place. That was the right side, this is the left side. And when we're all done, we can click the sign button. Once this is completed, the users will click on the print button, generally save it as a PDF, and then upload it into their EMR system as part of the patient's chart. So I'm just going to go into a few other study types. Here's a lower extremity arterial study. We have findings for this as well. This has CINES as part of the study, so you can see that those go here. Go to a C-arm. So this is a type of X-ray. You can see those populate here as well. And here's another type of X-ray demo. There you go. So you can see we support a number of modalities and a number of study types. Yeah, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you.